another dog video, but this one will be very special. It will be a message of hope and is more philosophical of nature. So this video, sorry for the wind, will discuss the ongoing battle between fakeness and realness, and fakeness appears to be on the winning hand. So what am I on about? If you look in general, people are becoming more and more focused on their online presence instead of true happiness. A lot of relationships are not real anymore, just short outbursts and exchange of sex. And also you see this in the dog world, of course. So people's egos are very important instead of acting real and also performing really. If you look into the dog world, almost all breeds, even the breeds that were always workers in the past, such as border collies and greyhounds, are now suffering from a lot of health drawbacks. So they are a lot less healthy, so even unhealthy to say that. So for example, greyhounds, although being a show breed for quite a while, they still have the athletic build and also therefore very little hip dysplasia. But nowadays, even whippets and greyhounds suffer from hip dysplasia. The same was known from border collies. Now they have completely different strains of working border collies and are still doing the old job. And the vast majority is going to be show border collies. And why is this? People want the dog to look good and to be easy to manage, not that much energy, not that much drive. And it's also very hard work to maintain such qualities, huh? Even if they want them. A high drive dog, a fearless dog, is very hard to get and also to keep and to breed through, that they are also inheriting those traits to the next generation. The same you see with dogs. Once fearless protectors are now being scared off easily. Couch potatoes instead of very active dogs. The bulldog of the past looked more like this little Patterdale terrier than the current day bulldog does. And why is this trend increasing and increasing? Because people want easy dogs. And also they want the dogs to look good instead of perform well. This Patterdale terrier or an original bulldog would have a lot more energy, also a lot more bravery, and to adapt to such situations would also mean that the owner should adapt to their limitations with these dogs. And why are those limitations? For example, the original bulldog would not flee from any fight. So if another dog showed dominance, or there was another animal like a bull or a cat, there was quite a big chance of an engagement in favor also of the bulldog. Also it would not be easy to separate them. But nowadays bulldogs have their lower jaw sticking so much in front of their upper jaw, and in a very short snout, that they are not capable of doing all the feats anymore. Let alone that they have the stamina to cope with such vigorous exercise and combat situations. So even though that it's also led to exaggeration to a lot of health problems, also the dogs are drooling, still people want that. They want that image of a tough dog, even though the dog is not tough at all anymore. It's just a pathetic example of a once very proud and ultimate gladiator type of dog. And that pulls on my heartstrings, and perhaps also on yours. And they're winning terrain and winning terrain. And how can this be, you might ask? And perhaps you will tell me, yeah, but there's another movement coming now, because they see that these pets are being mistreated, deformed, and now new laws are coming in that state, okay, the nose needs to be a little bit longer, yeah, and in the future perhaps even longer, etc. Of Of course this is a good thing, eh? I'm not scoffing at that. But that's just one part. They still want a very easy dog. They don't want a dog that is that dominant at all. It's just one parameter. So will a bulldog be a real bulldog once the nose becomes a little bit longer? I don't think so. It will be part and will be beneficial to its health. Yes, sure. But it's just a part and still stays a fake dog. It's no longer a bulldog in my opinion. Yeah? If you are really a fan of bulldogs, you should look at a working bred Staffordshire Bull Terrier, American Pit Bull Terrier, Scott type American Bulldog, or even a Patterdale Terrier or a Dogo Argentino. Those are better candidates to give you a real working type of dog. Speaking of the Dogo Argentino, they are getting fat and heavy set as well. More of a mastiff instead of a running dog. And don't get me wrong, a Dogo Argentino was never a running dog like, for example, greyhounds, but they were running mastiffs, and now they're becoming heavier and heavier. So also becoming faker and faker. They look tough, but they are a lot less tough. The temperament is also failing them. A lot of Patterdale Terriers show more courage, even though they are not bred to hunt hawks, than the real Dogo Argentinos do, even from working stock nowadays. So it gives you something to think about, huh? And why is that? Patterdales are still being tested very hard against other predators. So foxes, but especially the badgers, are formidable opponents. So I gave you quite a lot of negativity now, because that's the true situation. But why is there also hope? There is hope because the following. And it renders from dogs also to humans. And I start with humans. They say good times breed soft man. Soft man brings hard times, and hard times bring hard man again. So it's like a circle of life. When there is such a good state, you can get away with fake people, fake characters. But once you are in war or something else is occurring and your life is crumbling down, or you are in a state of high alert, you will not care about all those fake things anymore. And if you do, you should change that, because otherwise you might pity yourself in the long run. Because you make the wrong choices. If you only think about the ego, you should think of what is really mattering to you. So what really matters is real things. The same occurs with dogs. Because the dogs are not being used for work, they become soft and fake. But once the situation will change again, and this is like the ebb and tide type of situation. So there will be a flow like we are sitting in now that's still quite good, but then for example big depression comes and then it will go down again. And then do you really think that people will feed dogs that cannot deal with life, that cannot bring anything to the table? Will they really keep up with all this fake type of things? I don't think so. Not all people. Perhaps some people will flee into a fake world because the normal world is too hard for them. I also see that type of trend. So there will be a space also for these type of dogs, because they will offer something that they don't get real children, for example, or have no lasting relationships, and that an easy fake type of dog could fill in a role and be a good friend. And that friendship can also be very, very real. But people in general, I think, will change. They will change with the harder times to also prefer things that are really beneficial, really working, real things. So also when there's, for example, a crime wave in a certain area, the times in that area become harder. What do you see? People are then searching for things that can help them. They will not very easily pick a soft fake dog. They will search for a dog that really works and can help them and will be there for them, cover them, protect them. Also, when you're a farmer, you will not have any need for a fake dog. You will find something that can protect your livestock, keep it rodent free. If you have for example grains, you will have a type of dog that really takes care of the rodents. It keeps the fox out of the chicken coop, that type of dog, and also keeps vandals and thieves out of your terrain. So you're not needing a dog that can only look tough but will not be tough. Of course, prevention is one part, and a dog, even a soft dog, fake dog, can give that. But why would you prefer that over a dog that can both prevent and can go to town once needed? It's quite easy. You will prefer the real dogs. Also, if you look at the mastiffs in the soft world, where everything went okay, mastiffs, even the English mastiff and the bull mastiff, which was originally a battle-bred bulldog, so more of an American pit bull terrier in the modern days, combined with an English mastiff. But nowadays they have squatted its nose and make it less athletic because the nose has been trimmed down in size, so restricting breeding. Whereas the original bull mastiff had a longer type of nose, less heavy set than the normal English mastiff. But that being said, if you look at the working type of mastiffs, in, for example South Africa, they have their own type of bull mastiff, namely the Boer bull, and they were still being used to protect against people, thieves, or robbers, or for example predators such as leopards or baboons, and those are completely different. Same with Fila Brasileira or in Brazil. They keep a different type of mastiff, more of bloodhounds. Is also infused but still a lot more character than the mastiffs you see in the Western world. And that's the thing. So that's my message of hope. When things go wrong, you will also find that things become a lot more real. Have a great day.